All right, everybody, welcome back to the channel. And today I want to do a returning to HOK video, primarily to help you guys avoid a mistake that I made with one of the new heroes. We'll talk about that in just a minute. But to summarize, I have been away for 49 days. And this actually happened a couple of days ago. It took me a little bit to record this video, but 49 days. It said I was away, and here's some returning perks and stuff. As you can see, I've not played any matches since I've been back. But then it started walking me through this avatar build. It was asking me to pick skin color and the sex of the hero that I wanted, male or female. And after I picked the skin color, there was some wardrobe options, and I was real confused. I clearly didn't probably read well enough, but that's neither here nor there. It was not very clear, obviously clear. I thought it was something to do with maybe a cool personal avatar that I could build. So I thought I'd record it, and I wasn't in a position to start recording at that exact moment. So I just exited the game. I did not finish what I was doing. I just force closed the game. I didn't exit gracefully. My assumption was if it was something that important, it would pop back up next time I loaded the game, and then I'd be ready to record at that time. When that time came, this is all we saw. It didn't walk me back through the wizard, the avatar build wizard, or anything like that. So I had to start doing some research, and come to find out, there is a new hero in Honor of Kings. New to those of you who may be coming back to Honor of Kings. Not new for those of you that have played for at least 49 days ago. But if you have not played since, I would say, the beginning of June of 2025, you will have this hero to build. The hero's name is Flowborn, and it is an all lanes hero. They are going to release a version of Flowborn for every lane and every role. This lore behind this hero is that he went on a journey and has some kind of a bracelet. They don't really explain where he got the bracelet, but depending on his circumstances, the bracelet uses flow and generates whatever weapon he needs. So a marksman will generate, a ranged weapon. Mages will do a staff and whatever else it comes with. Because of that Flowborn mechanism, you can also customize the avatar for that hero. Do it right the first time, because they will not let you change it. And if you do like me and just cancel out mid-game or mid-build, you will get stuck with this stupid outfit.
Disha, I've returned.
Hello, Future Meg here. I do have a realization. I did a little more research, and you can actually change the pants. As you can see, I'm using a uniform here. If you go into the skin selection and tap this wardrobe button, you do have options to change a few things, but at this exact moment, you have no options other than these three complete outfits: baseball, this uniform, and boundless towel. So those are your options. Just wanted to clarify that. I'm not going to re-record the rest of the video because I don't have that kind of time. So I did want to correct it, but just take that with a grain of salt as the rest of the video goes on. Okay, enjoy. On every version, you'll have these stupid shorts and this stupid crop top. Let's see, where's the other ones? So this is the mage version. That was the... What was that one that I clicked on? Let's find out. Okay, so there's a mage version. The tank, I must have been the one that I clicked on before. And then the marksman version is also here. So you see the tank had a shield and
Emotions converge in my
hammer of
hands
some sort.
and become my weapon.
The marksman has this crossbow, which is pretty dope, honestly. So I don't know how he plays. I've obviously not played any of these matches, but just wanted to warn you. Build it right. Take the time. Don't start the game unless you're ready to take a few minutes and build your avatar, because you'll get stuck with a stupid one if you're not careful. So that's thing number one I wanted to talk about as a returning player. Thing number two that I wanted to talk about, you may or may not be noticing the names in this on the screen right now. The biggest name that is showing up, for instance, Luong, right here in the middle, is now called a title. Let's go ahead and open this up. See, his actual name is Ao Yin, and his title is Luong, which basically means, I found out, dragon. They are evidently trying to combat one of my complaints, and probably a lot of people's complaints in the West, or as you go further west in the world. And that is the fact that a lot of these names all kind of blended together. And I mean, it's a skill issue. I'm not gonna sugarcoat that. I know that Westerners can be a little privileged, and if it doesn't fit in their mold, then it doesn't exist. So they're trying to play the game. They have added these titles, and it is now default to sort the heroes by their title. So you can see Guiguzi is the first one there, and that's obviously not alphabetical by name, but Animist is his title, so it's alphabetical by the titles. I appreciate the effort, honestly, trying to make some of this make a little more sense to some of the Western culture. Like, it's a nice effort. But could they have come up with any dumber names or titles to some of these? I'm going to just run through a couple that I have the biggest problem with. Let's go down to here. Show you, or Elsu from AOV, right? It's just long shot.
That was a long shot, Leon.
That's so boring. That's the biggest problem I had with the artwork and stuff too. It's just boring. And these names are no different. Zhou Yu, Inferno. Okay, here's another one of the other ones that I had trouble with. Dr. Bayan, or Maganga, is just Curious Mixture. That's not even a title. That's not, I don't know what that is. So I have trouble with that one. Here's another one, Yaria. One of her forms is a deer, so they just called her Deary.
Help is on the way, dear!
Mrs. Doubtfire!
Help is on the way!
And my favorite, Fire Ninja, Fire Snake, Fire Spear.
Allow me the pleasure of introducing you to Blade, Laser, Blazer.
You can turn it off though. If you go to settings and go to features and privacy, you can set it by, go back to name. It has to reboot to actually show you, so I'm not going to do it, but you can set it back to the names if you want. And honestly, I respected them for their choices, and I respect the Chinese culture. Honestly, I'm not a racist or a hater or whatever. If that's the way they want to build their stuff, fine. You do you, right? Doesn't matter to me. But this attempt to appease was poorly done, and that seems to be the theme of Timmy. The way they do everything is just poorly done. Look at the way they've treated Pokemon Unite. I mean, it went great guns for a couple of years. Was poised to be one of the biggest esports leagues and games, and between the greed and the poor management, they've killed it. And I don't know. The only other thing that I can say that I like about this updated version of Honor of Kings is it is not assaulting my senses with some of this gotcha stuff. The last time I logged in before this, 49-day hiatus that I took, I was having to close window after window after window of, click here to get these bits to get this hero and, do all this stuff. They have successfully stopped trying to force it down my throat. It is here. I mean, in the events, there's a lot going on. I can't even understand all of this. I mean, I probably could if I tried. But it's nice and buried in this events. There's not any dots to click on. That's an amazing change. So they've done some good things to appeal to some of the more casual players, and I like that. Let's be honest. Honor of Kings probably is going to take over the esports realm. I've been really liking Wild Rift because of how different the mechanics are. There are 4 abilities instead of 3. The gameplay is just a touch different. The maps are different. The heroes have that uniqueness that I'm drawn to. But from what I hear, it's on the same level as Arena of Valor as far as life expectancy goes. Honor of Kings is up and coming. They're putting a lot of money into the esports world there. And I would imagine, especially with this Mobile Legends fiasco that just happened and some of those professional teams move into Honor of Kings, I would imagine we're going to see some movement here, and Honor of Kings kind of take over this mobile MOBA genre. There's another YouTuber that I've run across called TastyFab, and I'll leave a link to his channel in the description. He's moving from MLBB to Honor of Kings and made some pretty good points about his reasoning and why he prefers Honor of Kings over some other ones. So I am going to do a VOD review on that at some point in the future, and just kind of share his thoughts on why Honor of Kings appeals to him, and we can go from there. But I just wanted to give you guys an update. Be real careful when you load up after coming back for a while. Be ready to have that Flowborn skin built and built correctly so that you don't cringe every time you look at it. And we'll just, enjoy the game and enjoy it for what it is. So I will see you all at the next stream and out on the battlefield.